Hey, welcome to Brunch with Brian. And today I want to talk about time management. How can time management really make a huge impact in your success? Well, it makes the most impact in your success. So long as you're putting in your hours, though, the rest of what you do with your time doesn't really play into your real estate. So sometimes people say, well, do I waste too much time, on the internet or watching TV or playing video games or going on Facebook? So long as you're putting the hours in towards your real estate, it doesn't matter so much what you're doing with the rest of your time. I mean, you want to have a nice life. You want to do things you enjoy doing. Hopefully you're not just doing Candy Crush on your phone all day long. It seems like kind of a time waster to me. But there's fun things. Like I know my son really likes the VR. He's got the most advanced VR headset, and he's telling me about this new boxing game that you can do where you actually box with Rocky. You're actually boxing Rocky and Apollo Creed and all the characters from Rocky. So it's some really cool new thing. I want to try it out, but see, there you go. You're killing two birds with one stone. I love doing that with time management. I love accomplishing two things at the same time. So here you're having fun with your son, or having fun with a family member, enjoying your family, and getting exercise. So that's another thing we love to do lately is pickleball. So pickleball is one of the best uses of my time because we go out with the kids and I can still beat them just barely, and they're pretty good. But it's I don't know how many years I have left where I can still beat them. So not many, I'm sure. So I really enjoy that. That's something I really enjoy. Plus, we get good, exercise, stay in shape. So that's killing two birds with one stone. That's always nice. Now, can you do something with your real estate? Some of your real estate, I don't care. There's a lot of research to real estate. There's a lot of sitting on Zillow and sitting on, if you have a software program that you use, going on your software program, doing searches, keeping track of your properties, going on your Scrum board, tracking what's going on with all your properties. There's a lot you can actually do while you're sort of doing other things. So if you'd like, going on the internet, or if you like, I'm trying to think of something. Well, I know that you can have like something on in the background, like a TV or a movie or something going in the background while you do some things. Some things absolutely require your your 100% attention and focus, like making phone calls. So obviously, and then the other part of this time management is prioritization. And so that's where sometimes you feel like you're getting something accomplished, but is whatever you're getting accomplished leading to, is it the highest and best use of your time for that, especially in that window? So let's say, okay, so let's come back to time management. What's the real nitty gritty core basis of time management? It is, it's a schedule, keeping a schedule. So now some people resist having a schedule. Some people, your schedule is kind of enforced. So if you work a regular job, 9 to 5 or something, you have a schedule that you have to keep getting paid. So someone else is in charge of your schedule. If you are 100% real estate investing or in the real estate field and basically running your own schedule, that's where you need accountability, and that's where people fall down on time management. Once you start off on your own business, as long as you're not answering to a boss, it's very easy to not have great time management and maybe slack in that area and not do everything you want to do. Now, the key is that a lot of this stuff that you're doing is new and scary. So getting on the phone with a bunch of sellers, especially if they look like potentially good deals and you're scared of blowing it. Sometimes you're more scared of blowing it and beating yourself up than you're scared of getting a great deal. So there is definitely some fear and resistance to certain aspects of doing a brand new business, like getting on, and the biggest part in this business is getting on the phone with sellers. That's usually the place where people get the most resistance. Maybe calling agents too, calling realtors. That's a big part of this. uh, uh, you know, uh, Realtors, you should absolutely be pursuing your realtor market. If you're just doing for sale by owners, that's a tiny part of the market. There's a lot bigger part of the market that's represented by realtors. But you have to know how to talk to realtors. You have to develop relationships. That's, a call on a listed property, even if it doesn't look like that good of a property, that could be the highest and best use of your time. You're prioritized because you're making a connection with an agent who has other properties. So that's the key. Anytime you talk to an agent, they've got other houses to sell and they've got other houses they haven't even listed yet who might be coming, where you can get a pocket listing going. So if you impress the realtor, have a good bio. Okay, so let me not dive into that rabbit hole, but guys, that's the highest and best use of your time, is getting on the phone with sellers, and beyond sellers, also with any referral source, and especially agents. There's a lot to do with agents in this business, so don't shy away from that. If you want to focus on just the what we call pre-funded deals, where you have seller financed, if you want to focus on that, there's a logical way to do that through agents. Agents are not your enemy, they're your friend. Okay, so time management, I want you pursuing. That would be one marketing method to find properties, calling on listed properties. So that should be part of your weekly schedule. So how many hours a week? If I asked you right now, how many hours a week do you have scheduled for your real estate? Okay, now would you be able to say on the spot, bang, I have 10, I have 7, I have 5, how many? And then if I asked you, how well are you sticking to your schedule? Grade yourself, A through F. Okay, I hope it's not a F. See, the thing is, you can't even grade yourself. You can't even hold yourself accountable unless what? Unless you created it in the first place. So if you never created a schedule, if you right now are just kind of floating along and sort of doing real estate when you get a minute, that's not the best approach. That's not going to generally lead to consistent results. Okay, so usually what you want to do is schedule at least, I would say at least 7 hours. That's an average of 1 hour a week, 1 hour a day. And potentially, especially if you are retired or don't have another job, you might schedule 15 or 20 hours a week. In that case, I would be spending a lot of time on social media, more time on Facebook groups, and doing more stuff like that. And talking to agents and branching out into other cities. So if you're spending more time, there's a lot of things that you can spend your time doing. Again, figuring out the highest and best use of your time, what your priorities are. Just follow our step-by-step checklist. That automatically leads you into the most money-making activities. So get our training, get our step-by-step checklist, and follow that step-by-step checklist for a pre-funded deal. There's 36 steps on there. That's our favorite kind of deal. However, everything I'm saying works with wholesales, wholetails, fix and flips, fix and holds, buy and holds, every strategy you can think of. Okay, so let's get a schedule, write it out, make it 7 to 10 hours a week at least, sign it, post it somewhere. If you want me to sign it, send it to me. I'll print it and I'll sign it and I'll scan it and fax it back to you. If that would help you commit to it, because that schedule is what keeps you accountable. When you don't have a boss telling you what to do, your schedule sort of takes the place of your boss, but you got to give it the same kind of credibility you give your boss. You got to give it the same kind of power over you as your boss, and you got to apologize your schedule if you don't stick to it. You have to be able to almost give yourself executive control through that schedule. So that's a lot of talking about time management, a lot of great tips on time management. And the best tip is just having a schedule, signing it and posting it and committing to it. Okay, let's take our, so I commit to my schedule. Ready? 1, 2, 3. I commit to my schedule. I commit to my schedule. I commit to my schedule. I'll tell you, that commitment will lead to success right there. So let's start deep breathing, nice deep breath in. Feeling good this morning. I got up and lifted weights and did my stretching. That's a good way to start every Monday. Nice deep breath in. We love our deep breathing and our smiles. Yes, because it helps you get your day started right. So start your day with a smile. Get out there. Expect success. Keep expecting success. Getting awesome training and taking action until I see you tomorrow. So, love you guys.